This will be part 14 of our Hibernate tutorial for Java programmers, and today we are going to be getting a list of posts by user. This I hope is going to be very short because it's similar to part 19 where we got lists of users by location. In this case, we want to get lists of all the posts made by a particular user. So I recommend you try to do it yourself and then come back to check the procedure right here. In this case, I'm also going to go to post to post, right? Is it to post? We're actually going to do this in the user controller because we want to get list of posts by user. So we are going to be writing this in the user controller. As I used to recommend, you need to write this yourself first. Write it yourself first. If it doesn't work, then you can come back here. So at get mapping, so we are going to go to user1 user ID / posts. Okay, so we're going to say public optional. No. So we are getting list of posts. So public list of posts. Get posts by user and specify the user ID. It's gonna be an integer ID. Of course, it's user ID that comes in there, and that ID is going to be coming from the path variable. You already understand this, right? Good. So, and we are going to write the same thing. We are going to say optional user, because we need to get the user first and then retrieve the posts under this user. Optional user, optional user. What's happening to me? Optional user is equal to user service dot find by ID dot. Okay, I think we have get user by ID or something. They can see get user by ID and ID is specified. So we are going to say if user dot is present. If user dot is present, meaning that it's not null, and if that is true, then we are going to return the post under this user. Return user dot post. So the user now that is not optional, because optional is when is either there or not. So we are going to say user dot gets user dot gets. So this is the correct user now, and we are going to say dot post. Now I want you to compare dot get post. Compare this code with the one we wrote for get users by location, and you see that I kind of removed one extra line of code, but I did it previously for simplicity. But now I think it should be clear for you. So, and then if we don't get it, if the user is null, then we are going to return null as well, right? Good. So this is quite clear for you. Let's now try, and let's try to see if we can get posts by a user, all the posts made by a user, because that is how it works. For instance, you have a user made several posts, and a user logs into his profile. You want the user to only see his posts. He doesn't have to be seeing everybody's posts in his feed. So let me relaunch this application, and let's go see if we can get all the posts made by a user. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. So we have got lists of users by location. We are getting lists of posts by user. Now we will do the same thing, and this time we'll do it in part 15 in a different method. I want you to know. But let's complete this one first, because as a programmer, you'll need to know different ways of doing things. All right, so everything started. So the the endpoint is /user ID /posts. So let's go there. Now I'm not going to go to H2 database, but I can just go to select all the users first. We check all the users, and this is all the users. Three users. And if I say user one, actually user one, not users one, user one. So you have user one, you have his posts here. So I want to get all the posts made by user one. So I just say posts, and you can see it gives us the posts made by user one. So isn't this amazing? So easy and smooth. So this is how far we've gone in our Hibernate tutorial for Java programmers. I'd like to thank you for viewing. These have been challenges, but if you've come up to this point, you're doing great. Thumbs up to you. Remember, subscribe to my channel. Talk with me in my social network profile, whether LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. Just talk to me, connect with me, and try to communicate with me. I like to talk with fellow programmers across the globe. Remain kind on the Tech Pro, and we see in part 15.